Hello, my name is Jenny, and I recently shared on social media my juicing journey, and it's gotten so much love and encouragement, but also questions. And so I decided to create this YouTube channel to answer everyone's burning questions surrounding juicing. So I wrote down a lot of the questions that I've been receiving, and I'll start off answering them there. So I'm very new to YouTube, and I'm going to try to get it all figured out so I can get this content and information out to you about juicing and help you on your journey, because it's helped me so much. So question number one, people want to know, how much weight have I lost? So at my heaviest weight, I was 267. And when I started my juice fast, I had gotten down to 238, and I am currently down to 175, which is so exciting, like my lowest weight in my adult life, and I'm just thrilled. I feel fabulous. So overall, I've lost 92 pounds, and since juice fasting, about 63. Next question, how many juices a day do you drink? So I drink 4 to 6 32-ounce juices a day. I just listen to my body and take in however much I need to. I say, really do what resonates with you and how you feel on how much juice you drink, but you just want to make sure you're not drinking like Tropicana or any like shelf stable juices. You want to be drinking fresh pressed juices with all the live enzymes and all of the nutritional value intact. So you're basically just like drinking liquid vitamins all day long. All right, next. Are you starving? No, I am not starving. No worries there. So when I used to try to lose weight, often diets would say like I needed to limit myself to 1,200 calories, but I'm gonna be honest with you, sometimes I have over 2,000 calories a day now in juice. I just drink however much I want, and it's no problem. So definitely not starving, getting way more nutrients than I was getting probably eating solid food. Did you exercise? This is a big one I've been getting. So I did not exercise in the beginning. I didn't start exercising till probably about a month ago. I did go for walks though. What I suggest is low impact, especially if you're really heavy like I was. I didn't want to injure myself, and then that slowed down, my healing process and weight loss and, my momentum. So I did, I went on YouTube and looked at like the free Walk Away the Pounds videos. I will link those. I'll link one of them down below that I like anyway. And I would go and do those videos where you like march in place, do little kicks with your feet, stuff like that. If you feel up to doing that, then do it, but I wouldn't do anything like really rigorous at first. You want to let your body adjust. Another thing is, if you go exercise really, really hard when you first start juicing, it's gonna make you so hungry. Your body is not used to juicing yet. Your stomach has not shrunk yet, and you might find yourself famished, and then you might, give up on your juice fast and go have whatever the other thing was that you really weren't wanting to have. So I would be careful of that and just listen to your body. And now my body's to a point where I like to go run at the park. I love to exercise right now. My body feels so good, which is just amazing because I came from some serious inflammation. And so now running again just feels so fabulous. Excuse me, y'all, I've got a little bug, but I really wanted to get this information out to you because so many people have reached out, and I want to tell everybody about this and just help you. So the next question I've been getting is, did you experience detox? Yes. So the longer you go, the more detox you'll experience in little bouts. But that's actually a really good thing. That means that, I mean, it means exactly what it says, detox. Like, toxins are coming out of your body. So I had a big round of like breakouts on my forehead around, I feel like it was around when I got closer to 100 days. I was really doing some deep healing. And that stayed for weeks and weeks, and it's actually just now clearing up. So whatever was trying to heal and, you know, break free and get out of my body, I think that, you know, it's just about there as far as the skin goes. But different things will detox at different times when you're cleaning out your vessel, like you do when you only consume juice. But the best thing to do whenever you are struggling with detox, and really when you're struggling with anything in life, is be kind to yourself. If you're having a hard time and life is hitting you hard and bad things are happening, or you're detoxing, or you're struggling with your mental health, you know, or you're just so tired, you know, whatever it is, my daughter, she's in there having a good time. Whatever it is that you're struggling with, at those times, that's the time when it's most important to look inside. That's the time when it's most important to like be kind to yourself, you know, love on yourself, take the best care of yourself. For me, that normally would have been a time when I would be ordering takeout and pizza and all these things that would like make me feel better, when in fact I was not doing myself a kindness. I was not doing myself a service. And I see that now for what it is. But when we're under the spell of food, it's very hard to see that, you know. So light a candle. I like to do that. I like to light a candle, have some tea, go put my feet in the grass, pray, take a nice warm bath or a shower, or whatever you like, you know, just whatever it is that you like to do. If you like to go binge watch Netflix, you know, do that. Like, whatever you like to do. Take care of yourself and speak kindly to yourself, really, because in those periods, it's so important that we talk to ourselves like we would talk to our loved ones, you know, and that's, most of the time, that's not the case. You know, oftentimes we blame ourselves for things, or you know, we guilt ourselves for things that were out of our control. But we really should be talking to ourselves kindly, you know. Speak to yourself how you think God would speak to you. Take that in for a second. Speak to yourself how you think that God would speak to you. If that's not how you're speaking to yourself, then you might want to rethink it. I have to pay really close attention to what I'm telling myself to get better at stopping that cycle of telling myself negative things, you know, about what I'm doing. Like, say you tried a juice and unfortunately, or who even says unfortunately, you're trying a juice and you manage to get till dinner and then you eat something. That was awesome, you know, you got till dinner. But what you don't want to do is tell yourself, like, see, you can't do anything. Like, you didn't even finish this day like you said you were going to do. Because now, like, you're not encouraging yourself to keep going, you know? Don't give up on yourself. You're worth it. You're worth it. God created you for a reason, and He meant something for you. There are people out there that love you, that you mean so much to. So it's just so important for us to treat ourselves kindly. I really put so much emphasis on that these days because, I mean, what a difference it makes in your mental health, you know, when you are talking nicely to yourself. Just think if you lived in a home where someone talked, you know, negatively to you all day long. You know, one might even say you were being verbally abused. We unconsciously verbally abuse ourselves on a regular basis, you know? So I just think it's really, really important how we speak to ourselves. I know I got off on a tangent and I was talking about detox, but yeah, the detox comes and goes, and those are the tough times that you really take extra care of yourself. Next question. Let's see. What juicer do you use? I use the Nama J2 juicer, and I recently reached out to them to see if maybe they could give me a discount code for you all. So if that does go through, then I'll link the code below. We'll just see what happens, but it's the best juicer. I had both the original, I think it was called Omega, and then now I have the J2. But the J2 is really good because you can batch juice and just put everything into the hopper on top and just let it go. And then you can do other things. Like, I'm a busy mom. I'm taking care of my kids. I'm probably making them something to eat while I'm making my juice or whatever, and I need to be able to leave it. So that part is really awesome. Also, it's super, super easy to clean. Like, the J2 is easier to clean than the Omega was, and I really love that. So I highly, highly recommend that juicer. And I will say, if you're feeling like it's out of your budget, there are other juicers on the market that you can get that are less expensive. But I always tell people the Nama is really an investment in your health, because if you really want to be consistent with juicing, then you need a good machine that's like easy to clean, easy to use. A lot of the juicers that I've gotten in the past that have been like the little cheap ones from the store, they'll break. It's like so hard to juice. If you're juicing like tons of juice like I am, since that's all I'm having, and you have a crummy juicer and it's hard to juice and it takes you like forever, hours and hours, and it's hard to clean and it like never gets clean good. Listen, I couldn't stick to juicing with a cheap juicer like that. I'm just gonna be honest. So I had to save up. I saved up and eventually was able to purchase the Nama, and it made all the difference for me. It made it so much easier, because something for me is that having 2 kids, working full time, I mean, I've got a lot going on, as do most people, and I don't have time to spare. I don't have a lot of time to spare. I'm usually juggling, like doing a lot of things at once, and so I couldn't be dealing with that. The juicer I had before that was getting clogged, and I could never clean everything. You had to use this little brush and go in these little bristles, and you could never get anything out. And then it didn't even make that much juice. So that's another thing. The Nama yields way more juice because it's a more efficient juicer. It will give you way more juice than like one of the juicers that you can get at Walmart or whatever. So I highly recommend the Nama. If Nama is not able to give me a discount code for y'all, I will link maybe. I always use Fully Raw Christina's codes. When I bought my first Nama juicer and my second one, she has codes on her everything, I think. I think she has codes on her Instagram and codes in her videos on YouTube. And I think I got like $55 off. But if you watch the codes, sometimes it fluctuates. It could be even more. So there's that. The $1 million question I've been getting. How long will you go on juice? That is a great question. In fact, I've asked myself that question several times, and I've prayed about it, and I even thought that I was to the point that I was ready to go ahead and transition. I thought that I was going to go ahead and eat at the Fruit Festival. If you all saw on my Instagram or Facebook, I recently went to the Texas Fruit Festival. Shout out to Tiffany. She puts it on, and it was life-changing. If you ever get the chance to go, please go. It was so much fun. But I'm going to be honest, I wasn't feeling ready, and so I listened to my body. That's something I'm learning to do. I'm learning to trust myself, and trust in God's plan for me. And so I've thought about this a lot, prayed about it, and honestly, I have no idea when I'm gonna break my juice cleanse. It might be tomorrow. It might be 100 more days. I don't know. I would like to get into a healthy weight range, and not saying I have to do that on juice, because I have a healthy plan for transitioning back to solid foods, and I can talk about that in a later video if you all are interested in that as well. But yeah, I don't know how long I'm gonna go. I'm just going to follow my intuition, listen to my body, my divine guidance, and when the time is right, I'll be sure to loop everyone in. But until then, I really appreciate your love and support. It's just been so beautiful and overwhelming and unexpected, you know. Wow. Okay, so what health conditions have you improved? So many health conditions. I already mentioned the main one, inflammation. I was having chronic inflammation for the last 2 years since my daughter was born. Inflammation in the knees, the ankles, the elbows. I was looking like an unhealthy mama getting up and down off the floor with my kids. You know, it was really hurting me. Fibromyalgia symptoms and arthritis symptoms. Very tender to the touch almost everywhere. And then I used to have this problem with like my joints locking up on me, almost like freezing up. Like this knuckle would get all red, and then it would just be excruciating. It would throb and it was hard to move, you know. And I was having a problem in my shoulder and my neck. Also, I was experiencing some issues with TMJ after a dental procedure. Eczema on my hands. I'm not sure what had been going on my scalp, but something was bothering me on my scalp and making like my scalp all red, and it would like come down onto my forehead. At first I thought I was having a sensitivity, but when it continued I realized like it was not a sensitivity. So the inflammation is mostly gone. The eczema, it got worse before it got better. So when I got on the juice, boom. A lot of people will refer to that as a healing crisis when you hear people say that when they're talking about juicing to heal something specifically. So I had a little healing crisis with that. Like when I first started juicing, it just flared up so bad all on my hand. And actually, it's just now really healing up. So I know there's some deep healing going on in my skin that suddenly my face is finally clearing of the acne, and my eczema is almost completely gone. Like my hand is soft again, and I'm not having that problem there anymore. So that's beautiful. What else? I'm not having joint pain anymore. Well, let me say, I'm still having a little in my knees and ankles, but I still have quite a bit of weight to lose, y'all. I'm, at 175, I'm only 5'4". I'm a small woman. I'm small, frame. So I really want to get into a healthy weight range, because I feel like the more fat that comes off, the freer my body feels to move, and I have so much more energy, and I feel so much better. Lost my train of thought. I guess I am going to have to edit this video, or I'll just leave it like this, and you guys can just love me in my imperfect perfection. We'll see what happens. So speaking of energy, a lot of people want to know, what's your energy like on juice? Let me describe my energy on juice. I have so much energy on juice. I chase my kids around. We go for runs. I like to work out. I'm running up and down the stairs all day at my house now. My energy is way better than it was before. Now, I do have when I'm detoxing or whatever and I'm not feeling as great, then yeah, my energy might drop a little bit, but everybody's energy fluctuates from day to day. It doesn't, it happens. For us women too, we have our cycles and different things like that. So energy fluctuates, but on like general energy, it's up, 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 up. Better and better and better and better, y'all. It feels so good to be able to keep up with my kids. That's why I wanted to share about this too, because the benefits this has had on my family is just phenomenal. Like, I feel like I'm able to be a better mom, you know, and to be able to keep up with my kids and my husband, you know, I mean, it's just so empowering and it's just an incredible feeling. And I want everybody to feel as good as this, you know, and you can do it. You don't even have to juice cleanse, you know. If you add a juice in though, one a day, you're gonna feel better. Like if you say instead of Cheerios for breakfast, you have a green juice, you're gonna notice a big difference. You're gonna notice a big difference in your energy right away, because you're gonna be light on your feet at work if that's where you're going, or if you're going for a jog or whatever. You know, these small changes, it doesn't even have to be all or nothing. Or if you feel more brave, 2 juices a day, you know, just 1 solid meal for dinner. What I really want to tell everyone is just by incorporating raw living foods, you are going to see a difference in your health, you know, no matter where you're at. You don't have to even do a whole juice cleanse or eat a raw vegan diet or anything like that. Just start off incorporating more fruits and vegetables from the earth, and you are going to feel a difference in your life. It's grand, let me just tell you. So I think that was all the questions. Juices a day. Oh, and one last one. So many people asked me, how do I get started? Here is how you get started. This is what I did. Go watch the movie Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. I know at one point it was free on Netflix, YouTube. Netflix isn't free unless you're, you know, using your sister's Netflix account. But yeah, go find that movie. It's about a man named Joe Cross, and he had a disease that was really bringing down the quality of his life, plaguing him, and he went to doctors, and everyone told him there was no cure, like nothing could be done. And he decided to take matters into his own hands, and he travels around the country juice cleansing and documenting his experience as he meets different people, you know, tells them about juicing, and ultimately heals himself. He heals himself of this disease that doctors told him, you know, they couldn't help him cure. He did that with God's living food, you know. It's so inspiring. It's such a beautiful, beautiful movie. So I highly recommend starting there. Watch that movie. That's going to show you a little bit about juicing. You're going to see the original Nama is on there. Oh wait, no it's not. He didn't make the Nama at that point. Nama is actually Joe Cross's creation. That's why it's such an efficient juicer and it's so good, is because he created it with someone doing a juice cleanse in mind. You know, you don't see other juicers where you don't have to push every little thing down the hopper. Down like the tube. This one has a hopper, so it has a big container on top, and you just dump everything in, you know. That's why this juicer is so genius, because it came from someone who really understood the need. So anyway, yeah, I would start with that movie, and something I also already mentioned is I would start small and work your way up. I didn't just jump in and do 160 days the first time. I tried and I tried, and I watched different people's videos to give me inspiration and help me like find the strength inside, until eventually the time was right and I did it. So I just encourage people to start with a juice a day, or if you want to give yourself a small goal, say, hey, I'm going to juice fast for 1 day, 2 days, and start there. And you know what? If you don't make it, that's okay. Dust yourself off and try again another day, or just keep incorporating more juice and living food where you can. Have some fruit, have some salad. Those things are going to help your body to take care of itself and heal different things, especially in your gut. which we're learning is the second brain, you know. I learned recently that the gut has more neurons than the brain does. I had no idea. No idea. It's incredible. So, that's all the questions I have here. If you all have more questions and you'd like me to do another video like this, please feel free to leave it in the comments or, you know, message me. But it's been beautiful speaking with you all and sharing this information, and I hope that you find it really helpful. And I hope that some of you, you know, watching feel inspired to really just give yourself more love and take better care of yourself. There's always room for us to take better care of ourselves. The more we pour into our own cup, the more we can be of service to others. The more beautiful life, you know, we'll have. The more gratitude, you know. Self-care is just so important, you know. And juicing, the ultimate form of self-care, you know, has really, really taught me so much in that area. And I can't wait to share more, but I don't want to make this too long, especially being my first one. So I really appreciate everyone's time. And I think, as the YouTubers say, if you like this video, subscribe. And that felt weird. Anyway. Thanks, y'all.